Hey guys, this is Ratios Day 17. This is another Changing Ratios lesson, and we have got some problems in this packet today that I guarantee will make you feel like a Singapore math rock star. So some really challenging problems, but they're super fun. Okay, so let's get going with this. So the number of coins collected by me and my brother was 2 to 1. When I gave my brother 9 of my coins, the ratio became 1 to 2. How many coins did we collect altogether? Okay, let's think through our questions that we want to ask ourselves when we're doing changing ratios problems. So what is my situation before? And since I have the problem tells me that the ratio of the number of coins collected by me and my brother was 2 to 1, I'm going to model that for my before situation. So I've got 2, and my brother has 1. Then it says when I gave my brother 9 of my coins, the ratio became 1 to 2. Let's just label that. Okay, so the thing that's changing here is I'm going to give one of my units to my brother. And now I have 1 unit, and my brother has 2. And my problem tells me that that 1 unit is 9. So let's go ahead and label that. How many coins did we collect altogether? So this is what we want to know. All right, well, this is fairly easy, right? Because we already know that 1 unit equals 9 coins. And I just want to solve for 3 units. So 3 units equals 9 times 3, which equals 27 coins. So my brother and I have 27 coins altogether. Okay, so our second problem on the front page of your packet there is similar wording, but it's a completely different problem. So don't get confused with these two and think that the first one has anything to do with the second one. It really doesn't. It's completely different. So let's do this one together. The ratio of the number of coins collected by me and my brother was 2 to 1. So the same ratio to start with. After my brother collected another 9 coins, the ratio became 1 to 2. Okay, so here's where this problem differs from the last one. If we think through what's changing in this problem, this time the thing that's changing is that my brother is adding coins, but my coins are staying the same. So really, I still have 2 units. Okay, but it says that the ratio became 1 to 2. Well, if I still have 2 units, let's go ahead and let's find an equivalent ratio to that 1 to 2. So I'm going to go ahead and, since I have 2 units, I'm going to use the equivalent ratio of 2 to 4. So I've given myself 2 units, and now I'm going to give brother 4 units. Okay, and here's another clue in our word problem up here. It says, after my brother collected another 9 coins, the ratio became 1 to 2. Well, remember I started off with a ratio of 2 to 1, and now I have a ratio of 2 to 4. So we can conclude that that 3 units that brother added is equal to 9 coins. And the question is, how many coins did we have altogether in the end? So since 3 units equals 9 coins, 1 unit equals 3. And this is the amount that I'm trying to find. I want to know how much everybody has. So I'm going to solve for 6 units, which equals 18 coins. Okay, I promised you it was going to get a little bit more complicated, and that starts now. So let's go ahead and do this next problem together, and then you're going to try a few on your own. So my sister and I each have some stamps in the ratio of 6 to 7. If I give my sister 13 of my stamps, we'll end up with the same number of stamps each. How many more stamps do I have than my sister? Let's look carefully at the wording in our word problem to make sure that we model the before situation correctly. It says, my sister and I each have some stamps in the ratio of 6 to 7. So who has more, me or my sister? Well, it looks to me like I have more. So I would say sister has 6 units and I have 7 units. So let's go ahead and give sis 6. And me 7. Okay, and then it says if I give my sister 13 of my stamps, we will end up with the same number of stamps each. So if I take off 1 whole unit from my bar graph, what's going to happen is I'll have 6 and sis will have 7 units, right? So that's not the same number each. So what I could do is I could give a half of unit to sis, and that would give me 6.5, and that would give me my sister 6.5. But I don't really love to work with half units. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an equivalent ratio. I'm going to just multiply 6 and 7 by 2, so I'm going to end up with a ratio of 12 to 14. And that will free me up to give 1 whole unit to my sister, where I'll have 13 units and sister will have 13 units. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I went ahead and changed my ink color just to make it really clear here. So let's see, now we've got me and I've got 14 units. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and sister should just have 12. So let's do her graph out to there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now I have 2 more than my sister right here. Now I can give 1 to my sister and we'll end up each with the same number of units. So let's use even another color here. So I'm going to take this unit, I'm going to take it away from mine, and I'm going to give it to my sister. Okay, now we each have 13. So my word problem says if I give my sister 13 of my stamps, now I have 13 units, but let's not get confused here. One of those units equals 13 stamps, okay? So 1 unit equals 13 stamps. How many more stamps do I have than my sister? Now this part right here is really confusing, okay? How many more stamps do I have than my sister? So really what we just did was kind of a hypothetical situation here. What I want to know is, in the before situation, after I found my equivalent ratio, how many more stamps did I have? So you can see back here, if you look down at this little bracket right here, that I had 2 more units, right? So 2 units is just 13 times 2, which equals 26 stamps. So originally I had 26 stamps more than my sister. All right, this one is a Toyo, so please pause the video and work through the problem before you come back and check your work. Okay, let's see how you did. So we have the ratio of Dave's money to his brothers is 3 to 2. If Dave gives his brother $36, the ratio of his brother's money to his money will become 3 to 2. What is their total sum of money? So in our before situation, Dave has more money than his brothers, or than his brother. There should be an apostrophe in there, shouldn't there? There we go. And then what changes is Dave takes some of his money and he gives it to his brother, so that both of their amounts are going to change. Dave is going to end up with less, his brother is going to end up with more. And in the after situation, his brother's money to Dave's money, the ratio will be 3 to 2. So let's start with modeling Dave to Bro. So Dave has 3 units. Brother has 2 units. Okay. Then it says if Dave gives his brother $36, the new ratio is going to be opposite. So Dave will have 2 units and brother will have 3 units. So Dave took one of his units and he gave it to his brother, didn't he? Well, our word problem tells us that Dave gave his brother $36. So 1 unit has to equal $36. The question that we're trying to answer is, what is the total sum of their money? So we want to know we want to solve for 5 units because that's how much they have together, not 15. That's a mistake. So 5 units equals 36 times 5. Let's go ahead and do that math. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 3 is 180. So 5 units equals $180. Dave and his brother have $180 altogether. All right, the next one is also a Toyo, so go ahead and try that one. Pause the video and come back to see if you were right. Okay, bowl A and bowl B each contain the same amount of soup. If 3/4 of the amount of soup in bowl B is poured into bowl A, what will be the new ratio of the amount of soup in bowl A to the amount of soup in bowl B? Okay, well, since they each contain the same, we're going to be giving them the same amount of units, right? And we're going to look to this part right here. We're going to be giving away 3/4 of the amount of soup in bowl B. So that means we should start with 4/4, right? That's our whole. And we're going to give A the same amount. And we're going to go ahead, and it says 3/4 of the amount of soup in bowl B is poured into bowl A. So we're going to take those 3 and we're going to give them to bowl A. And we want to know what the new ratio of the amount of soup in bowl A to the amount of soup in bowl B is. And now A has 7 units, and B, of course, only has 1. There we go, 1. And that's our answer. That's our new ratio. Okay, let's try this last one together. And then the rest of the problems in the packet are going to be challenge problems for you. Number 33, we might get time to do in class, but I won't get time to demonstrate it on the video. So Mary and Gary had some stickers in the ratio of 5 to 3. After Mary had given 1/3 of her stickers to Gary, the new ratio of the number of Gary's stickers to the number of Mary's stickers became 7 to 5. If Gary then had 32 more stickers than Mary, what was the total number of stickers the 2 children had? Oh, there is so much information in this word problem. So let's start at the beginning and break it down. Mary and Gary each had, here we go, had some stickers in the ratio of 5 to 3. Let's just go ahead and model that. Then it says, after Mary had given 1/3 of her stickers to Gary, then the new ratio of the number of Gary's stickers to the number of Mary's stickers became 7 to 5. Okay, so here's the deal. I could split this up into thirds and then give a third to Gary, but you know what? The word problem already tells me that the new ratio of the number of Gary's stickers to the number of Mary's became 7 to 5. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and model that. So now we have Gary and we have Mary, and Gary has 7. Okay, so in our new situation, Gary has 7 units, Mary has 5, and it says if Gary then had 32 more stickers than Mary, so we've got 2 units equal or labeled 32, what was the total number of stickers the 2 children had? So, you know, this is a word problem that has a lot of information, but really if you break it down, it's not even really a changing ratios problem because they tell you the new ratio and then they give you how many more Gary has. So 2 units equals 32, 1 unit equals 16, 12 units is how many they have together, which equals 192.